Talking about the only Reeves in the country, I'm with Julie Reeb from qmagic, otherwise aka known previously as
qdisplay.
There you go. Good morning, and how are you doing on this fine morning?
Very good.
How do you feel about your first podcast ever?
Very nervous.
It shouldn't be. It's just we're having a chat, two of us sitting in a room here, right here at the qmagic offices downstairs, your beautiful boardroom, and we're talking about the origin story of qmagic. But I talk too much, so Julie, tell us more about qmagic, where you guys started, how many years ago you started. Give our listeners some insights to who qmagic is.
So qmagic started in 1996.
Nice.
We brought products from overseas because we identified a niche that needed to be fulfilled. We started off with Prime Media, where we approached them and said we would provide the hardware and advertise on the hardware for them. And then this evolved into Prime Media saying they would do the advertising themselves and we would just supply the hardware. And since then we've been supplying hardware to Sub-Saharan Africa.
Wonderful. I've looked to your list on your website of many different clients over the years. Wow, it's like the who's who in the zoo. I mean, from airports to massive retail chains. Tell us a bit about your clients and then we'll go into the actual products. Some of your clients include, I mean, it's a who's who in the zoo, is it not?
Yes.
And some you can't mention, obviously, either. You're not allowed to, but tell me what the ones you are allowed to mention.
Well, basically we supply most airports, we supply malls, we supply clubs, we supply banks, we supply...
Anywhere where a queuing system is needed or a stanchion pole is needed.
Yes.
Beautiful. Let's talk to people listening, like asking, what the hell are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are the products and the services you guys supply, Julie?
Okay, so we do physical queuing stanchions and we do digital queuing solutions. So part of the physical queuing stanchions, which was our core product from the very beginning, basically involves stanchions with pull-out belts and stanchions with traditional ropes.
So the pull-up belts you pull out and you hook in the next one and they attach to each other, whereas the traditional ropes, they sort of hook on with those those ends, just for the listeners. Okay, perfect.
And then we also do panels, advertising panels between the stanchions that have the pull-out belts. So instead of a pull-out belt, you can have a panel.
Nice, and advertise on there.
Yes, you can have a solid aluminium bar. In case you don't want the pull-out belt, you can have frames attached to the stanchion. We brand on the belts.
You name it, you guys do it, basically.
Anything to do with
queuing
and point-of-sale merchandising, because we also offer slat walls with pegs and hooks and shelves. We're like a one-stop shop if you have any place where you would like crowd control solutions.
So I've been through your entire office and your massive warehouse in the back, and what impressed me the most is that you guys, well, it is massive. I mean, a lot of guys are selling stuff online or have little offices, but they don't actually carry stock. And what sort of got me going is the amount of stock you carry. You mentioned the word hardware, so the hooks and the rope and then this and that. I was really impressed. I mean, you've literally got proper shelving up with so many different products. You guys carry stock, which is amazing. Not, oh, we need this, we'll order it and it'll come in 6 weeks or something. Tell me about what sort of stock you guys carry on a day-to-day.
So basically that's what makes us apart from our competitors. The fact that we've been around for such a long time and that we have solutions for every problem. So you approach us and you tell us you have a spaza shop or you have a bank, and we carry enough stock to be able to supply you basically the next day.
Oh, wow.
We mostly sell to resellers,
Right.
because resellers know how to find us, and they have a turnaround time of 3 to 4 days. We can supply you today or tomorrow because the stock is there. We put it together for you and we supply you. We don't only sell in South Africa, we sell to our neighboring countries as well.
You mentioned Sub-Sahara there.
Yes.
Is that the big six? Namibia, Botswana, Mozambique, Zim, and Zambia.
Yep.
Did I miss anything there? No, I got this.
Spot on. Well done.
Thank you. Yes. My history teacher would be so proud, right? Okay, stunning. I think the other thing that blew my mind when I got involved with you guys here at qmagic is that since I've been talking about and thinking about stanchion bowls, now when I go to Mr. Price is a good example. I have a look and you've got exactly your boards and you've got things attached to it with little goodies inside to sell. So it's like a lot of accessories and things. And
Yes, we do something called a fish bowl for them, which is basically just a semicircle, which a hollow
and then like
plastic bowl.
have either like lanyards in there or little rubbers in there or
Yes.
whatever. And then they've got those little square A4 things where they actually advertise the price. So
It's aimed at enticing your customers that are queuing and waiting to go to a till point, and instead of being
the impulse
bored,
buys.
the impulse buys, yes.
Okay, lovely. And tell me, how can people get hold? You mentioned, so some of the things that set you apart from your competitors, one, you carry stock. Two, I've seen your team of guys in the back and put stuff together and the hardware sorted out. Three, your delivery service. I mean, obviously we're not going to advertise same day, but I mean, you guys are very, very efficient.
We can do same day, not a problem.
Okay.
It's basically a case of, do you know what you want? Are you happy? Have you given us the go-ahead? And we're plug and play.
And if I needed a full solution, let's say I was sitting in a boardroom today and I'm opening up a chain of stores that needed some sort of queuing system. Maybe the stores are quite similar or so on, and I know the actual space, but I don't know what the queuing system is I want. Would you guys be able to advise me on that, and how would that work? Would you draw up a drawing for me, or how do you take me through the process? So let's say I've opened up a new franchise of a chain of vegan takeaway stores, and I know that I need some sort of queuing, but I don't know what I need. How would you take care of my needs?
Okay, so you contact us. You give us the size of your store. You give us your measurements. We could have an online chat. We put together a few solutions for you. We give you a few options. You decide what your budget is like. The beauty of our product is that being small, you don't have a massive budget to start with, but our products are like Lego. You can add on as you need to. So you would start with maybe some stanchions which were not branded. Then you'd like to expand to branded stanchions with a few frames, a few specials on. Then you'd like to add a few slat walls or a few panels, maybe light boxes. We do branded mats as well for the door.
Awesome.
The solutions are endless. The problem is with any of these products, it's a grudge buy. It's the last thing you think about when you're about to open a new concept or a new store. So not only
So you forgot about it, basically. You've set the whole stop. You've had your budget for the shop fitting, and now, oh shit, now we need. I think it should be the other way around. I really believe this should be thought about, right in the beginning.
Oh yes, I mean
right from the start, because it's a very important. The queuing system and getting client flow is very important. But okay, so the problem is it's a grudge buy, because by the time they got there, they've run out of budget already.
100%.
But I'm looking on your website now. I mean, very, very reasonable.
Thank you.
Very reasonable. You're obviously open to negotiation. I mean, stanchion poles starting at like 980 Rand. I mean, we're not here to talk price, but I mean, really reasonable. Ropes at 440 Rand, multiple colors. I see you even got the very interesting product, the Q stanchion hazard control. What's that for?
That is for your warehouses. When people move stock in big warehouses, they need to cordon off passages, and they need to make sure that clients are not in the area.
Okay, when the forklifts, they actually seen that in macro. Okay,
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. And then you see with the beltrac, you guys are the agents for beltrac when you.
Yes, we basically the only suppliers of beltrac in Africa.
Okay.
It is a registered trademark, and it's a wonderful product. I mean, it is a unique product that allows you to basically produce anything.
I'm looking particularly at the beltrac advertising panels, which is, again, I'm bringing Mr. Price back as example. Again, I can get you the artwork. We can turn something around, and you can.
Well, the advertising panels are basically like snap frames. So you can change just by printing a poster on a daily basis, on a weekly and a monthly basis.
And you can just insert it.
You can just insert it.
Wow.
It's double-sided, and it does the job.
Stunning. I think for our origin story, we've covered most of the story on qmagic, qdisplay. Is there anything else you want to tell the listeners today?